Hello, Dr. Webster. Welcome back. I'm glad you made it. So today we're talking about diabetes, and just so you know, heart disease, cancer, diabetes runs in my family. Yesterday we talked a little bit about understanding diabetes, insulin resistant, that whole thing. I'm not an endocrinologist. Always consult your medical doctor. I'm going to show you things that I'm learning and things that I'm doing for myself that I think are hugely important. Okay, so diabetes. I've been talking about epigenetics. You know, our thoughts, our environment. When I say environment, it means how you treat your body, what you do to your body, what you do for your body. Are you helping your body? Are you looking out for your body? Are you thinking positive, encouraging thoughts? Or are you on a path of discouragement, depression, fear, anger, all those things? So epigenetics. So the science. You may be born with a genetic disposition to diabetes that is then triggered by an environmental event. As it turns out, though, these factors aren't always so separate. Scientists are finding that the environment can affect and even permanently modify the genes. Your genes that you got from your parents can be changed. I know that sounds a little far-fetched, but this article was written back in 2011 by the medical community. And I have some PubMed information to share with you as well. Okay, as it turns out, though, these factors aren't always so separate. Scientists are finding environment can affect and even permanently change. How and when this happens is the subject of an emerging field of research called epigenetics. We talked about this. And the evidence suggests that diabetes may both cause epigenetic changes and be caused by them. These variations in gene activity can depend on, in part, your environment, epigenetics. The development of both type 1 and type 2 diabetes is known to be influenced by the environment, not just your genes. Researchers are looking into types of environmental factors from nutrients and toxins, behavior and lifestyle. All this can trigger epigenetic changes. Heredity is a hot topic in epigenetics. Researchers are pretty sure the environment can cause changes in the genes in the here and now, but it's less clear what kinds of epigenetic changes can be passed along to the next generation. Now, they mentioned that, but down below, research in epigenetics took off in 2003 study published in Molecular Cell Biology. It found that giving nutritional supplements to female mice during pregnancy could affect the color of the mother's offspring's fur, as well as their risk of ongoing or developing obesity, diabetes, and cancer. You hear that? Giving a mice nutritional supplements changed the color of their fur, and it also affected their chances of becoming obese, diabetic, or even cancer. So those skeptics out there that think nutrients are a waste of time, no. You research the nutrients, you really look at it, and you utilize it if you think it's good for you and if the research backs it up. Here's an article. Even more tantalizing is new research suggesting epigenetic modifications in the parents' sperm and eggs may persist in their offspring and affect their children's health. For example, you may be born with a certain set of genetics from your parents, but if you do the right things to your body, you can improve those genetics that you got from your parents. And then when you and your spouse have children, you pass on a better set of genetics. That's just incredible, but that's epigenetics. Now, I want to tag onto that. I want to talk about how emotions affect us health-wise. So again, this is another article. This is out of Medical News Today, another medical source. Diabetes and stress. Is diabetes and stress linked? And of course it is. Researchers have been discussing potential link between diabetes and stress since the 17th century. More recent research suggests that people with depression and anxiety have a higher risk of developing type 2. 2010 reports show that people who experience depression, anxiety, stress, and a combination of these things more likely develop diabetes. Stressful life events, emotional experiences, general emotional stress, anger and hostility, all these things. And of course, there's eating a poor quality diet, there's low exercise levels, smoking, excessive alcohol consumption. Another explanation is that the emotional stress can affect a person's hormone levels, potentially disturbing or disrupting how well the insulin works. Remember, insulin does a lot for you that we don't, realize. Stress can activate the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis and the sympathetic nervous system. Your sympathetic nervous system kind of runs the body, so to speak, the autonomic nervous system. But it can cause hormonal changes, and it can cause higher cortisol levels. Most of you know what cortisol is. cortisol is commonly known as a stress hormone. And the more cortisol you have, I mean, that's more strain on you. Effects on the immune system. Chronic stress may also affect, in one study, researchers noted that a particular immune system response to chronic stress is similar response to that is involved in the development of type 2 diabetes. Chronic stress. You know, it's okay if you have stress that's short term to get through a crisis, but if you live in stress every day is stressful, and you're just having a heck of a time doing that, that's gonna affect you. So, in summary, epigenetics. Your thoughts, what you do to yourself, what you do for yourself, is just as powerful, perhaps even more now, than your genetics you're born with. So it begins with your thoughts. I want you to begin to be more thankful for all the good things you have. We all have challenges, we all have problems, but try to find something to be thankful for. Somebody, something, some circumstances, some event. Try to be thankful. And then when you feel yourself getting all stressed out, again, try to interrupt that with thinking something more positive. And then, of course, we're going to talk about, hydration and water. I mean, I'm not water, but hydration and exercise and food and all those things in a future video. But begin today to take better care of yourself. What you think, what you do can affect your body tremendously. So I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Thanks.